Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we have a little book haul. Okay, I kind of have gone a little crazy because this is from today. Okay, and then I have a stack here that I've accumulated over the past couple weeks. So let's get into what I got. And as always, this is gonna be a little all over the place because I probably know nothing about any of these books. Like I genuinely am going off of vibes. Starting off. Yes, I still have the stickers on it. I just have not been, like lately stickers have been kind of scaring me because sometimes they just don't peel right off. Okay. Starting off strong, we have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. And this book, I know nothing about it, but this looks like the perfect read to just get you into summer. I honestly feel like I have been in such a romance mood lately. And I don't know why. I feel like fantasy is just not cutting it for me. So I've been picking up what I feel like is a lot of romances. This is supposed to be, I guess, the third book in a interconnected series. So they can all be read as standalones, which I am planning to do because I'm not going to read the other two before I read this book. Simply because I want to read this book. This is actually an anticipated read. The main character in this supposedly does not have the best luck in dating. She meets a guy off of Reddit actually, and of course it's a romance, so she meets this guy and they go from there, and she just thinks she's cursed and bad at love. So I just thought this was so cute based off the cover alone, the vibes. I keep seeing this everywhere. I was like, I have to get this. This just seems so nice. I think the main character is also a like travel nurse, so she like travels everywhere. I've heard good things about this author, so this is gonna be my first book by her, and I cannot wait to dive in. This is actually an anticipated read, so I think I'm gonna do a video reading my most anticipated reads because I have gotten 4 of them now, I believe. The other ones don't come out until later in April, so I will probably end up reading them in May. So we might do another video of anticipated reads. Next up, you'll see here in my wrap up that I read Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. This is Block Shot. This is a sports romance. Again, this is interconnected standalone, so you can read this as a standalone. You don't have to read Long Shot first, but I decided to read all of them because anything Miss Kennedy Ryan writes, I am freaking reading. Like she writes, I want to read. I just love her books. I will say though, Long Shot, and again, you'll see this more in my reading, my wrap up. It felt insta love, and I feel like this was my first book with like insta love, and I did not like that. So I think I gave Long Shot maybe, I can't remember what I gave it, but I think it's more so around a 3. I'll have to look back at my Goodreads because I may have rated a little bit higher on Goodreads, but I think it sits at 3. I'm excited about this one. This one follows Jared, who and another female character. So we don't really know this one, but Jared is friends with August from the first book, and so this follows him and this other girl, Banner. I'm really waiting to get to Hookshot here, this book here, because that follows Lotus, and Lotus was featured in Long Shot. And again, they're standalone, so I really don't need to read this one to get to Hookshot, but I do. This is a basketball romance as well, so sports romance. Don't really know the vibes of this one either. I really only went to the series based off a Hookshot because I picked that up first and then I realized it was a whole interconnected series. So then I picked up Long Shot, and after reading Long Shot, I just have been waiting to read Hookshot. So only thing I know again is this is the sports romance. Oh, okay, so this doesn't really count because I've already had this one. So let me put that over there. That doesn't count because I already had that. Because what happened was I bought the naturals and I bought book 1 and 4 instead of book 1 and 2, which usually going into a series, I normally buy the first 2 books, just assuming that I'm gonna love it. I've been doing that lately, but a lot of times I do just buy the first and second in a series, especially if it's a longer series. So I read The Naturals finally after having it on my TBR since like October. Finally read it. It's a 4-star read. Definitely when they say that this series is YA Criminal Minds, it is YA Criminal Minds. It is a little graphic for YA though in certain parts. So the first book follows Cassie. I don't know if the rest of the series continues to follow from her point of view, but whatever it is, I'm still gonna read it and I'm gonna eat it up. So Killer Instincts is book 2, and then All In is a book 3. Like I said, I already purchased book 4 because I accidentally bought the wrong books, but I bought these off of Amazon, so now I have all the books in the series, and I cannot wait, especially with how it ended. I actually think I might pick up Killer Instinct, or sorry, I might pick up Killer Instinct after I finish the book that I'm reading right now. So I cannot wait to dive back into this series. Definitely YA Criminal Minds, and I think you should pick it up. I normally am not YA, or I'm trying to shift away from YA because I feel like it just doesn't align with me anymore, but I really did still enjoy The Naturals, and I really do like the series because, again, Criminal Minds and me are like this. So this is definitely a good series, and I do recommend these Target stickers on all of these books. So next I got Emily Henry, People We Meet on Vacation. I read Happy Place last year and I gave it like a 4.25, something like that. I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to read more by Emily Henry, especially seeing how people talk about her and her writing, and I really did enjoy Happy Place, so I feel like I would enjoy her other books too. So I'm kind of going backwards because Happy Place was in her newer books. And speaking of her, she has a Funny Story coming out at the end of April. I'm gonna put this back on my TBR cart once I'm done finishing this video, because I'm gonna save this to read once I get Funny Story, and then do a week of reading Emily Henry. So we'll see when I get around to that, but I'm gonna save this for then, especially because I feel like if I save just for the summer, kind of for the end of the month maybe, I will be more in the summer mood, and I feel like this is like a summery book too. I don't know, I'm in the mood for these books, but you know me, I'm a mood reader, so we'll see if I do what I say I'm gonna do. If not, you will get, if I do what I'm saying that I'm gonna do, you will get a video. So all of these are from Target except for the Natural series that I got from Amazon. So this is a fantasy. This is Lords of the Wilds, and so this is a fantasy. I think this is YA. So it says, in a land ruled by a ruthless fae, 21-year-old Laura village is trapped in a forced prison. Laura knows that any escape attempt is futile. Her scars are testament to her past failures. But when her village is threatened, Laura makes a desperate deal with a Fae Lord. She convinces him that she will risk her life for wealth, but really she's after the one thing the Fae covet above all, magic of her own. So yeah, this makes me nervous, to be completely honest. This is 355 pages. The reason why it makes me nervous is because my most anticipated read, not most anticipated, but it was one of my more anticipated reads of this year, Faebound. It's a fantasy, and it was also super short. And you know me, I'm always saying that thick books scare me a little bit, but I feel like that's more so towards like romance or like thrillers and stuff like that. Like, why are you so long? Fantasy, I feel like they need to be 400 plus pages because you have this world that you're building. So I'm getting really nervous that this is a shorter fantasy because, again, Faebound kind of disappointed me because it was so short that I feel like a lot more could have been done if it was longer. So This one makes me nervous, but I still cannot wait to read it, especially look at that cover. It looks like it will be truly very interesting. And I've never read this author before, so I don't know if this is like her debut book or not. But I am really excited to read this. I'm just a little bit nervous because of the length of this, but you know, who knows? She might deliver. And there is a to be continued, so I know this is going to be a series. So that is everything from Target and Amazon. Now on to the stuff I got today, literally today, at Barnes & Noble. Now, we're gonna start off with another anticipated read by, of course, Miss Kennedy Ryan. These stickers, man. This is the second book in, I don't know what the series is called, but the one before this was, oh my gosh, why can't I think of the name of the one before this? I don't have the physical copy of it anyway, so I completely, that one wasn't my favorite either. Simply because there's a lot of miscommunication in there, but this follows Soledad, and I love Soledad in the first book in this series, this interconnected series, and so this is a romance. I'm interested in seeing the other characters since they're going to get their own book, obviously an interconnected standalone. So this is this has a single dad in here. That's so single dad romance. The cover is gorgeous. Okay, look at that. We love it. So when I told you I'm in a romance mood, I am definitely in a romance mood because I think all of these, except for The Naturals, which is like mystery thriller kind of vibes, are romance. Because I think even Lord of Wilds, I think this is a romantasy. Because like look at the cover, right? There's gonna be some romance in there, right? It's two guys, so right? Right? Okay. So we're definitely in a romancy mood. Alright, next up here is The Familiar by Lee Bargo. I don't know what this is about, honestly. I think this is a dark academic book. I don't know why this was such a anticipated. I think it's because the cover gives me like a spooky little dark vibe, and I really just wanted like a dark vibe. Again, I have no idea what this book is about. It says that it follows, it says it takes place in Madrid and it follows Luisa, and she has magic, and so she works for this family and they want her to use her magic to better their life. I don't know why this is an anticipated read. I think just because the cover gives dark vibes. And I feel like I've been reading like really cutesy romance kind of things, so this just gives dark vibes, and I'm like, I think I need like a dark book, and I think that's why this was like an anticipated read, because I honestly am trying to tell you about this book and I know nothing, but this cover looked amazing. So moving on, we have another romance. This is A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. Now I read 7 Days in June by her, and it was okay. But this one I think is supposed to be really cute because Ricky comes from money, but she's kind of trying to make her own way, and she's renting this apartment, or this like basement level apartment kind of, and she meets this guy, and he does not come from money at all. So it's like a little love story, I guess, between the two of them. And I just think this is gonna be good. I literally saw this last minute at Barnes & Noble, and I was like, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. I put a couple books down and I decided to get this instead. Fast and Slow. This is definitely not what I normally read. This is kind of like a psychology book, or I heard somewhere that this is a good book for psychology. So we'll see. I think it kind of is like a self-help book. Like it kind of takes a tour of like the mind, and how we have two systems, like a fast one and then we have like a slower, more deliberate logic mindset. And so it kind of is like a self-help book, but I've heard that this is like good for like psychology students or people who are into psychology. So I thought this would be interesting to just read. The thing with self-help books that like usually turns me off is that I try to read them all in one sitting like I would, you know, a romance book, and I feel like with self-help you can't really do that. So I will probably have to just be something that I pick up here and there and read like a chapter or two every now and then so that I can get into it. I think this will be more interesting when I get to certain courses in school. I feel like this will definitely relate more to, so I think this is one of the books that's just gonna kind of sit on my nightstand. Hopefully I can clear that nightstand up and have this sit and just read some chapters here and there. Lastly here, oh my gosh, the sticker. The sticker, you guys, the sticker. Well, not last year, because I have one more book after this, you guys. This is a thriller. I feel like I have not read like a thriller in a while, honestly. Like, because the Naturals is the YA, like more of a mystery, kind of thrillery. This is supposed to be a thriller. This is by Alyssa Cole. She wrote When No One's Watching, and I don't think I have a video on that, but that came out and I had just been a couple months back into reading, I think, and I was like, oh, this is a Black author, a Black like thriller book. I want to read more by this author. So this is also an anticipated read. I did not know that it was already out, you guys. I thought I was gonna have to wait till the end of April for this book too. I saw it, I snatched it up, and I cannot wait to read this book. This is about a girl with dissociative identity disorder, and she has different alters. So I think this is going to be really interesting to see how she does that, because I really like what she did with When No One Is Watching. So I cannot wait to read this book. I am definitely going to have to redo my pile there again with to try and make a room, especially because this is an anticipated read, so I kind of want to move those higher up versus those over there. Lastly, what I got here is a Magna. Actually, I have been eyeing these for a while now, so I decided to get it. I just started off with the first volume here to see if I like it, you know, not like a full commitment by buying all the volumes, because they did have, I think, all 5 or 6 volumes, I think, that are currently out. I don't know how many volumes this is going to be in total, but I think there are at least 5 and 6 out. This is Villains is Destined to Die. It has to deal with like video games, and so like the main character, like once you switch to hard mode is supposed to be like really hard to beat, like extremely hard to beat. And so the main character is playing in these modes, and I just love how in the back it says a villain living life in hard mode whose every path leads to death. So basically hard mode is super hard, like you cannot like survive it. And the art in here is gorgeous. Gorgeous. So I cannot wait to read this too. Yeah, I might start this soon, you guys. I have like a couple of video ideas that are going through my brain right now as I'm seeing all of these books like around me. So yeah, thank you. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead, leave some roses. One day I'm gonna have to do bloopers for you guys. Leave some roses, some rose emojis down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching the chaoticness of it all, but I will see you in the next one. All right, bye.